Hello, welcome, and thanks for joining us on this edition of News 2. I'm Sandra Gamansing. Fire officials are continuing to investigate a blaze that completely destroyed a Mon Bijou home Tuesday night. St. Croix Deputy Fire Chief Corey Kent said the department got the call after 9 Tuesday night. Units from Grove, Frederickstead, and the Christiansted fire stations responded and contained the blaze after about 25 minutes. The homeowner and her 3 children were not home at the time, and no one was hurt in the fire.
On arriving at that location, they noticed that there was a structure that was already fully engulfed. Units went into operation, and within 25 minutes they had the fire contained and under control. And the structure was occupied by 1 adult and 3 kids. It was a 3-bedroom, 1-bath, single structure. And at this time, the origin of the fire appears to have been started in the living room area. And we know for sure that it was not electrical, and investigation is still ongoing.
A St. Croix business was shut down Thursday and the owner arrested after a law enforcement task force made their rounds through the scrap metal community. Some of Waste Management's missing manhole covers and Innovative's copper wire were found in the business's possession. News 2's Erica Parsons has that story.
The owner of Francis Metal is under arrest. A random inspection of the business by a number of law enforcement agencies turned up stolen goods.
Because of the public outcry on copper thefts and other type of metal thefts, we have done this operation.
That operation included inspections by the task force of about 8 scrap metal businesses.
Today we found several infractions at different locations, and we dealt with them accordingly.
The final one turned up 4 missing manhole covers from Waste Management and coaxial cables and more from Innovative.
Upon getting here to Francis Scrap Metal, we observed several different pieces, beginning with the fiber optic cable that was on a spool. 2 of those, along with a number of pieces, which were a bunch of brand new pieces, splicers, etc., that is used on the fiber optic cables that they're using now.
The coordinated effort was done to look for different violations.
We're here assisting, looking for any fire hazards, anything that we see out of the norm, any fire load, anything that will be hazardous to the community.
Here with the Joint Task Force doing assessment of these scrap metal sites, looking for environmental concerns, any structural concerns, any violations pertaining to the environment.
We are here basically to make sure that the entity is properly or duly licensed. This one that we are at, which is Francis Metal, has the license posted and it's current.
Francis Metal's permit was revoked today by the Waste Management Authority for a number of illegal infractions, and the task force promises that they'll be making regular checks on other businesses. An Innovative rep said more than $3,000 of equipment was recovered from the sting. Waste Management officials said the 4 manhole covers found today aren't from the same scrap metal company that had 12 in their possession earlier this month. That company was also shut down and is being investigated internally by Waste Management. Erica Parsons, News 2.
Task force officials say a number of other businesses they visited today were cited for other infractions, though none as serious as Francis Metal. Police on St. Croix are investigating a second-degree burglary that occurred in Estate Wim on August 28th. The female victim told police she secured her home before going to sleep around 1:30 a.m. When she woke up the next morning, she noticed her cell phone was missing from her bedroom and $180 in cash missing from the living room. Police are also investigating, meanwhile, a first-degree robbery that occurred at Hibiscus Restaurant in La Grande Princess. According to the preliminary information, police said a male customer was robbed of $10 while in the restroom. The victim said while he was using the restroom, a man came up behind him and threatened him with a handgun while demanding money. The victim said he had only $10, which he gave the suspect, who then ran from the area. The victim said the suspect had shoulder-length locks, was about 5'1", wore black clothing, and had a yellow bandana covering his face. Police on St. Croix have arrested the driver involved in a hit-and-run accident of a 56-year-old male construction worker who was working on a road crew in the vicinity of Cuesta Verde in the Queen Mary Highway on April 11th. Following an intensive investigation by the Traffic Investigation Unit, 27-year-old Donald Bow of Estate St. John was arrested and charged with the crime. Traffic officers executed the arrest warrant and arrested Bow for about 8:30 a.m. on August 28. He was charged with leaving the scene of an accident, negligent driving, and failure to report an accident. Police said the victim was struck by a silver Jeep Liberty, which fled the scene without rendering any assistance to the victim. Metropolis Lounge, one of the more popular nightclubs on St. Thomas, is shutting down. In an announcement made today, Governor DeYoung said that the Department of Licensing and Consumer Affairs revoked Metropolis' license due to a string of attacks that took place in its premises and the owner's ineffective response to the incidents. Such incidents include a man fatally shot in the Metropolis parking lot on December 8, 2012, an evacuation 1 month later because of a bomb threat, illegal firearms being recovered, and incidents of assault. According to Metropolis's owner, Hugo Rios, he was unaware of many of the complaints involving his business and that he did take security measures to address the ones he was aware of. However, the continued violence finally led law enforcement officers to pull the nightclub's business license. Senate President Sean Michael Malone outlined some of the possible changes necessary to improve the proposed fourth agreement with Hovenza in a letter sent to Governor John DeYoung on Wednesday. He stated that his recommendations were carefully considered and do not necessarily reflect every concern of every member of the body. It includes disallowing payments in lieu of property taxes, allowing for the refinery facilities to be used or sold for activities outside of oil refining, and insistence on the government's control of $5 million now held in an escrow account as a result of civil penalties paid by Hovenza. Well, most schools in the territory are scheduled to open next week. While teachers, students, and parents are hustling on last-minute preparations, the VI Department of Education is making preparations of its own. NEWS2's April Knight has the details.
It's that time of the year again when students are busy gearing up for school, but how ready are the schools for the new academic year? To answer that question, the Department of Education organized a pre-opening tour of 3 St. Thomas schools to show just what preparations are being done. At Gladys Abraham, they're not only working on proper placement of every student, but also on campus security.
We've ramped up security through gates. We've done safety work down on the lower campus in terms of access into the school. Our stairs to the phys ed field, classrooms are being cleaned, air conditions are being cleaned.
Repairs have also been done on bathrooms, and the library is getting cleaned and prepped for the September opening. At Adelita Croix Junior High, walls and classrooms got a fresh coat of paint, and leaky roofs were freshly sealed.
As we prepare for the opening of school next week, we are focusing on the Common Core standards and making sure that our classrooms are comfortable and conducive to learning as we welcome our incoming 7th graders and, of course, our 8th grade students.
Croix is also looking at a big new multi-purpose auditorium, which could be operational as early as September. Edith Williams Academy won't be left behind on preparations either.
Some bathroom renovations at several of the schools, including this campus here at Edith Williams. Project here with the roofs and some other painting that the school did with some of the students.
I think we're ready. I think that we're ready to receive our students, and we encourage our students to take care of the schools. You know, they also have to take pride in the school. It makes our jobs a lot easier.
The Department of Education has made some major strides in getting schools ready for the opening, and in spite of continuing challenges such as staff shortages, officials feel that they are ready to face the upcoming school year. April Knight for NEWS2.
The Department of Education emphasizes that while only 3 St. Thomas schools were included in the school tour, maintenance and repairs are done on all schools under the department's care. The Virgin Islands is the first U.S. territory to embark on a quality rating improvement system for early childhood learning, and the kickoff was held on Tuesday at the Marriott's. It's called the VI Steps to Quality, or VIS2Q. The VI Department of Human Services Office of Child Care Regulatory Services hosted the kickoff to the VI Steps to Quality pilot, a quality rating and improvement system developed for the Virgin Islands.
For the last 3 years, we've been working diligently to bring this day to reality. And we're excited today that 24 of our providers from the islands of St. Thomas, St. John, and St. Croix were a part of the pilot group of what we're calling VIS2Q, VI Steps to Quality. Early care and education is such an important part of our territory. We really believe in giving the best beginnings to our children.
It is the first QRIS in a U.S. territory. The aim is to develop and sustain high-quality early learning and childcare opportunities for children.
This has been in the making for the last 3 years. We've discussed, we've talked, we've shared on the national front and received technical assistance. And finally, the day came when 24 of our child care directors applied and were approved to participate in the pilot of the Virgin Islands Steps to Quality. This means for them that they will receive technical assistance from our office, both nationally, regionally, and locally. They will receive financial incentives, bonuses, and we are going to stand by them to help them.
VIS2Q will help build a system that integrates early childhood learning programs across a variety of settings.
Through the quality rating improvement system, we want to focus on continuous quality improvement. What does this mean to families? It means that they will take their children to child care centers throughout this territory that have improved the quality of services that they provide to our children, so that by the time they get to kindergarten, they are ready for school.
The Obama administration is working to make its case to Congress and the American people that the U.S. should take military action against Syria. The same debate is playing out in ally nations where there are questions about whether there is enough proof the Syrian president ordered a chemical weapons attack against its own people. Danielle Nottingham has the latest from the White House.
Demonstrators took to the streets in Turkey, calling on their government not to let the U.S. use a Turkish airbase for strikes against Syria. In London, some members of the British Parliament are demanding more conclusive evidence Syrian President Bashar Assad was responsible for last week's deadly chemical attack.
Russia and China say no to war. So do I and most people in this country.
The State Department says the British debate will not deter possible U.S. military action.
The president will continue contemplating what decision to take in close consultation with our allies. I'm not going to go any further than that, except to say that we make our own decisions in our own timeline.
The administration is preparing a classified report on its case against Assad for select members of Congress. While some U.S. officials have said it's not a slam dunk, the White House is standing firm.
There is a preponderance of publicly available evidence to indicate that the Assad regime carried out chemical weapons attacks in Syria.
The president also told PBS NewsHour any U.S. military action would be a brief and surgical strike.
I have no interest in any kind of open-ended conflict in Syria.
The United Nations investigators on the ground in Syria are set to leave Saturday. The UN Secretary General is urging the U.S. and its allies to hold off any military response until the team finishes its report. Danielle Nottingham, CBS News, the White House.
And keeping our eye on the economy, stocks opened higher after the Commerce Department said the economy grew at a faster rate in the second quarter than previously estimated. Also, the number of people filing first-time weekly jobless claims dropped 6,000 last week to 331,000. That's near a 5-year low. American Airlines is in bankruptcy court today over its proposed reorganization plan. American is trying to merge with U.S. Airways, which would make it the largest carrier in the world. But the government has filed an antitrust lawsuit challenging that merger. This is the New York Stock Exchange with Scotiabank Stock Market Watch. Everything up. The Dow, NASDAQ, S&P. The Dow 16, NASDAQ 26, S&P 3. Coming up on News 2, the new Live Senior Resort is the name of a newly opened senior facility on the island of St. Croix. And today, the Rotary West Club of St. Croix hosted a meeting, giving their members the opportunity to learn more. We'll be right back. Well, the upgrade began in the summer of 2011. Now it's 85%. Innovative continues to make progress on the modernization plan that was unveiled to the community about 2 years ago. Its new network, EVO, which delivers communication services on a new hybrid fiber optic coaxial network, or HFC, is improving the quality of cable and high-speed internet in the territory. If you are an innovative customer who wants to convert to the new network on Friday, August 30th, you can stop by the Innovative Wireless retail store on the waterfront to inquire or sign up for installation. The office will have extended hours until 7 p.m. Customers can contact the EVO team by calling 774-2000. Innovative is the parent company of CBS TV2. The new Life Senior Resort is the name of a newly opened senior facility on the island of St. Croix, and today the Rotary West Club of St. Croix hosted a meeting giving their members the opportunity to learn more about this facility. NEWS2's Shanika Robinson has the story.
Today at the Rotary Club of St. Croix meeting, Mona Barnes was given the opportunity to inform the community about the newly developed senior resort facility located in Barron Spot on St. Croix.
The New Life Senior Resort Center is a partnership with the Church Holy Ghost Deliverance Ministries, and we received a grant from HUD where we were able to build 14 apartments for independent living for the elderly on the island of St. Croix. We started the project in 2006, and on February 6th of 2013 we were finally able to move our first resident in, and so we have 14 apartments that are presently filled.
Each apartment is built with accessibility features to accommodate the tenants' needs, basic appliances, and the complex has a generator, fire alarm system, laundry facilities, and much more.
I did some research, and I found out that there were a great need for elderly homes in Virgin Islands and St. Croix in particular, and so we decided that that was the next project that our church would embark on.
This is an independent living facility where residents are independent adults who can take care of themselves and do not require day-to-day tasks.
I'm living here about 3 months. I love everything, and it's beautiful, quiet, and we have a nice time together.
The facility also plans activities that give the residents opportunities for socialization and fellowship. One resident in particular enjoys the Zumba lessons most of all.
Oh, the Zumba is like boom.
Our plan is presently we have 14 apartments. We're going to build another 14 apartments, which would then become dependent living. Then we'll do another 14 apartments, will become home for the aged, and then we'll have another 14 apartments. We quite haven't decided what we will do with it yet.
Shanika Robinson, NEWS2.
Now, for more information on the New Life Senior Resort, you can call 692-1194. On Monday, our newly crowned Miss Virgin Islands, Ashley Messiah, will be traveling to New Jersey to represent the territory at the 2014 Miss America pageant. The live broadcast will air on September 15th at 9 p.m. on ABC. Be sure to tune in.
Good evening, everyone. I am Ashley Messiah, Miss Virgin Islands 2013. On Monday, I will be traveling to Atlantic City, New Jersey to represent the Virgin Islands in the Miss America pageant. You can also help me by going to www.missamerica.org and vote for me, your Miss Virgin Islands, to become America's choice and become in the top 15. Also, on August 31st, 2013, at the UVI Cafeteria, I will be holding a trunk show. It's where I will display my talents of Miss America and where I'll be performing. You can come out and support me and also give a donation of $10. It will be starting at 8:00 p.m. sharp.
And all the best to you, Ashley. Be sure to stick around. Your News2 AccuWeather forecast is coming up next.